Good morning, boys. Today we're going to read McElligots Pool by Dr. Seuss. Young man, laughed the farmer, you're sort of a fool. You'll never catch a fish in McElligots Pool. The pool is too small, and you might as well know it. When people have junk, here's the place that they throw it. You might catch a boot, or you might catch a can. You might catch a bottle, but listen, young man, if you sat 50 years with your worms and your wishes, you'd grow a long beard long before you'd catch fishes. Said Marco. It may be you're right. I've been here 3 hours without one single bite. There might be no fish, but again, well, there might. 'Cause you never can tell what goes on down below. This pool might be bigger than you or I know. This might be a pool like I've read of in books, connected to one of those underground brooks. An underground river that starts here and flows right under the pasture and then, well, who knows? It might go along down where no one can see, right under the State Highway 203, right under the wagons, right under the toes of Miss Umbroso's who's hanging out her clothes. It might keep on flowing, perhaps who can tell, right under the people in Sneeden's hotel, right under the grass where they're playing of croquet. Then under the mountains and far, far away. This might be a river, not mightn't it be, connecting McElligots Pool with the sea. Then maybe some fish might be swimming toward me. If such a thing could be, they certainly would be. Some very smart fellow might point out the way to the place where I'm fishing, and that's why I say, if I wait long enough, if I'm patient and cool, who knows what I'll catch at McElligots Pool? I might catch a thin fish, and I might catch a stout fish. I might catch a short or a long, long drawn-out fish. Any kind, any shape, any color or size, I might catch some fish that would open your eyes. I won't be surprised if a dogfish appears, complete with a collar and long floppy ears, woofing around, and perhaps he might chase a whole lot of catfish right straight to this place. I might catch a fish with a pinwheel-like tail. I might catch a fish who has fins like a sail. I might catch some young fish, some high-jumping friskers. I might catch an old one with long flowing whiskers. I might catch a fish with a long curly nose. I might catch a fish like a rooster that crows. I might catch a fish with a checkerboard belly, or even a fish made of strawberry jelly. I might catch a seahorse. Now, mightn't I know? I might catch a fish who is partly a cow. Some fish from the tropics, all sunburned and hot, might decide to swim up. Well, they might they not? Racing up north for a chance to get cool. Full steam ahead for McElligots Pool. McElligots Pool, 1,523 miles. Some Eskimo fish from beyond Hudson Bay might decide to swim down, might be headed this way. It's a pretty long trip, but they might and they may. McElligots Pool, 4,227 miles. I might catch an eel. Well, I might. It depends. A long twisting eel with a lot of strange bends. And oddly enough, with a head on both ends. One doesn't catch this kind of fish as a rule, but the chances are fine in McElligots Pool. I might catch a fish with a terrible grouch, or an Australian fish with a kangaroo's pouch. Who wants to catch small? Who wants to catch small ones like mackerel or trout? Say, I'll catch a sawfish with such a long snout that he needs an assistant to help him about. If I wait long enough, if I'm patient and cool, who knows what I'll catch at McElligots pool? Some rough-necked old lobster, all gristle and muscle, might grab at my hair, then I would have a tussle. To land one so tough might take 2 or 3 hours, but the next might be easy. That kind that likes flowers. I might catch some sort of fast-moving bloke who zips through the waves with an overarm stroke. I might and I may, that's really no joke. A fish even faster, a fish if you please, who slides down the sides of strange islands on skis. He might ski over and pay me a visit. That's not impossible, really. Now is it? Some circus fish from an acrobat school, might stage a big show in McElligots pool. Or I might catch a fish from a stranger place yet, from the world's highest river in far-off Tibet, where the falls are so steep that it's dangerous to ride 'em, so the fish put up chutes and they float down beside 'em. From the world's deepest ocean, from way down below, from down in the mud where the deep divers go, from down in the mire and the muck and the murk, I might catch some fish who are all going glurk. Whales. I'll catch whales. Yes, a whole herd of whales, all spouting their spouts, all thrashing their tails. I'll catch 50 whales, then I'll drop for the day. Then I'll stop for the day, 'cause there's nothing that's bigger than whales, so they say. Still, of course, it might be, and that there is something bigger, some sort of kind of a thingamajigger. A fish that's so big, if you know what I mean, that he makes a whale look like a tiny sardine. Oh, the sea is so full of a number of fish. If a fellow is patient, he might get his wish. And that's why I think that I'm not such a fool when I sit here and fish in McElligots pool.